find a comfortable position and allow your eyes to close. For these next few moments, there is nowhere else you need to be. Simply allow yourself to arrive here. Take a slow, comfortable breath in and allow the breath to leave your body gently, again, breathing in and releasing. And perhaps you can imagine that every breath carries you a little further away from the noise of the day and a little closer to that quiet place within you where change can happen naturally. Your conscious mind has worked very hard. It has planned, calculated, questioned, analyzed, and protected, and now it can rest, because there is another part of your mind that already knows how to learn. You didn't consciously learn how to make your heart beat. You don't consciously instruct every cell how to renew itself, and you don't need to consciously understand every process taking place now. You can simply allow. Imagine yourself walking down a beautiful staircase. 10, beginning to soften. 9, your shoulders relaxing. 8, your jaw becoming loose and comfortable. 7, thoughts beginning to drift further apart. 6, going deeper inside. 5, safe within yourself. 4, more peaceful. 3, more receptive. 2, almost there. 1, and now imagine you are standing at the entrance to an ancient garden. This garden represents your mind. Every belief you've repeated, every choice you've practiced, every way you've learned to comfort yourself, every expectation you've carried has created a pathway somewhere in this garden. Some paths are beautiful, some paths have taken you to wonderful places, and there are other paths that were walked simply because they were familiar. Perhaps there were times when you traveled them automatically, not because they represented your future, but because your feet remembered the route. And notice something interesting. A pathway only remains a pathway while it continues to be walked. When footsteps stop traveling in that direction, nature quietly begins reclaiming it. Grass grows, flowers appear, leaves cover the ground, and eventually what once seemed like the obvious road becomes simply part of the landscape again. You don't have to fight an old pathway. You simply become fascinated by somewhere new. And ahead of you now there is another path. At first it may look new, but somehow you recognize it, as though a future version of you has already walked backwards through time and created it for you, and you begin walking. With every step, something changes. A new connection, a new association, a new expectation, a new identity, and somewhere deep inside your mind, you understand. What I repeatedly choose becomes familiar. What becomes familiar becomes natural. And what becomes natural becomes who I am. Walk further. Ahead is a magnificent building, elegant, bright, strong, timeless, and above its entrance are the words, "The life I built, you enter, and inside you see her, the woman you are becoming, your future self." She looks incredibly alive. There is something youthful about her that has nothing to do with chasing youth. It is vitality. Her eyes are bright, her face is relaxed, her body is strong, feminine, and energized. She carries herself beautifully. Her movements have purpose. Her mind is clear. She takes care of herself because she values the instrument through which she creates her life. She sleeps deeply. She hydrates her body. She chooses food that makes her feel vibrant. She enjoys movement. She enjoys becoming stronger. She enjoys waking up with energy. Her body increasingly reflects the quality of care she gives it. She naturally gravitates towards the things that leave tomorrow's version of herself grateful. Things that once occupied her attention have become irrelevant. Like clothes she once loved but eventually outgrew. There was no battle with the clothes. They simply stopped fitting the woman she became. And the same thing happens with old habits. She outgrows them. Her mind begins asking automatically, will this give me energy? Will this nourish the woman I am becoming? Will tomorrow's version of me be grateful for this choice? And those questions become a compass. Her body communicates with her clearly. She notices what leaves her energized. She notices what makes her sleep beautifully. She notices what makes her skin glow. She notices what makes her thinking sharp. She notices what gives her confidence, and her mind begins collecting evidence. Energy becomes rewarding. Clarity becomes rewarding. Strength becomes rewarding. Peace becomes rewarding. Self-respect becomes rewarding. Progress becomes rewarding. And perhaps somewhere inside your brain, new pathways are already beginning to strengthen. And now you notice another room. This room represents her business. Walk inside. Perhaps there are messages, clients, opportunities, ideas, projects, money moving, people being helped by something she created. Notice how she works. Her energy is valuable. She protects it. She understands that her business grows through clear decisions, useful action, consistency, and courage. She knows when to work. She knows when to recover. She knows that rest can sharpen the mind that creates wealth. And she has become very good at recognizing opportunities. Ideas come to her. Connections become visible. Solutions appear because her mind has learned what to look for. Imagine her brain like a powerful searchlight. Once that searchlight was scanning everywhere. Now it increasingly scans for possibilities. What can I create? Who can I help? What problem can I solve? What opportunity is here? What is the next useful move? And she moves, one move at a time. And this is how mountains are climbed. Not by jumping to the summit, but through thousands of ordinary steps traveling in the same direction. Consistency has become one of her greatest powers. She understands that extraordinary lives are often built from very ordinary choices repeated long enough. And now imagine a river. At one time, water traveled through many little channels, energy scattered everywhere. But gradually those channels changed and the water began traveling together, one direction, one current, one powerful river. That river is your energy, your attention, your creativity, your time, your life force. And now your energy flows towards what matters, your body, your peace, your purpose, your business, your prosperity, your relationships, your faith, your contribution, your life. Now your future self comes closer. Look into her eyes. She knows every chapter that brought you here. And she places something into your hand, a key. Perhaps you notice something written upon it, identity, and suddenly you understand. The door is opened through identity. You don't create this woman by attacking the woman you were. You create her by practicing the woman you choose to be, again and again and again, until your nervous system recognizes her, until your behavior expresses her, until one day you realize you are no longer becoming her, you are her. And perhaps you can hear her voice now. I choose what strengthens me. I honor my energy. I treat my body beautifully. I move because movement makes me feel alive. I nourish myself because my body carries my purpose. I protect my sleep because tomorrow matters. I choose clarity. I choose vitality. I choose peace. I finish what matters. I trust myself to take the next step. I notice opportunities. I create value. I receive value. I allow prosperity to grow through useful, inspired action. I become increasingly disciplined because I love the life discipline creates. My standards rise naturally with my identity. My habits reflect the woman I have chosen to become. And now imagine tomorrow morning. See yourself waking. something feels subtly different. Before the old mind has time to negotiate, the new pathway lights up. You hydrate your body, you move, you nourish yourself, you take care of your appearance, you look into the mirror and recognize the woman under construction. You begin your day deliberately. You complete something important. Perhaps you send the message, make the call, create the content, develop the product, finish the task, ask the question, follow the idea. Your future is being built through today's actions, and that becomes exciting. Watch the woman walking towards you through time, her body stronger, her face brighter, her posture different, her mind clearer, her business growing, her confidence deeper, her finances increasingly organized and expanding, her standards higher, her world reflecting the choices she repeatedly made when nobody was watching. Take a moment now and imagine stepping inside this future woman. Her spine becomes your spine. Her eyes become your eyes. Her breathing becomes your breathing. Her standards become your standards. Her wisdom becomes available to you. Feel what she feels, see through her eyes, and allow one sentence to settle deeply into your unconscious mind. I know who I am becoming, and my choices know the way. Again, I know who I am becoming, and my choices know the way. And from this moment forward, you may begin noticing small changes. A different thought appearing, a different choice feeling appealing, an old impulse passing more quickly, a useful idea arriving unexpectedly, a sudden desire to move, to create, to organize, to nourish yourself, to rest, to build, to act. Every one of those moments is another footstep along the new pathway. No perfection required, only direction. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 5, and you can return feeling clear, refreshed, and deeply connected with this new direction. 1. Energy beginning to return. 2. Becoming aware of your body. 3. Taking a deeper breath. 4. Bringing back that sense of clarity, possibility, and purpose. 5. Eyes opening when you're ready, awake, present, clear, and carrying one quiet certainty with you. The new pathway is already being walked.